We're live.
Welcome to That's My Time podcast, episode number, where are we, Mike? 42?
I think so.
This is like
42.
a real podcast now.
So yeah, we're consecutive now. We usually just do them days apart or weeks apart.
Holy shit. It's nice out today. It was
beautiful
90
out.
degrees.
It's
Now
actually feeling like summer. I knew because I drove here and I smelled manure on the way here with the windows down. Starting off the day.
My wife always says, you know what? It's low tide. Ugh, you don't know nothing about oceanography.
No, she doesn't know shit.
All right, so let's kick it off, Mike. What do
All
we
right,
got?
you ready? Episode 42.
Ready, boys? 1, 2, 3, go!
Welcome to That's My Time podcast here in the Curse Studios, the That's My Time podcast studio in Matawan, New Jersey. And we are here today with a very special guest, very funny comic producer, filmmaker, Joe Fernandes. Joe, what's up, Joe?
What's up, guys?
What's up,
I thought
Joey?
you guys were going to sing for me.
No, we were fucking with you.
You're
Yeah.
messing with me. Yeah, okay. I was getting ready for some lyrics. I'm like, what an intro to this song that John has right now.
Imagine if we just started throwing it down, like fucking sweating at the end.
Yo, what's That's My Time? And then Mike goes, and then we expect you to go, and you don't have a lyric ready. You don't have bars.
What do they
That
call
would be
it?
hysterical.
What do they call it? What do the rappers call that?
Freestyle.
Freestyle. Yeah.
I used to get into freestyle battles at lunch in middle school.
Mike claims that he was a rapper.
I was,
That's cool.
dude. They called me
Really?
fucking Red Velvet,
Red
bro.
Velvet?
Yeah, I'm
Red
serious.
Velvet?
Red Velvet was my rap name.
Did you wear, like
I had
rap clothes?
I did, dude. I
Red
had
velvet pants?
I did not red velvet pants, but I wore a white and pale blue Sean John terry cloth jumpsuit with one pant leg rolled up.
Oh my God. Without
Please tell me you have pictures and video of this.
I might have a picture of that somewhere. That was a vacation sweatsuit I bought. I didn't buy. My parents bought.
no beard, neither, right?
No beard, looking like. A little...
I always picture Sicoli having a beard even at like 10.
There's I grew this shit quick. I had scruff in 11th grade.
You ever see Mike without a beard, Joe?
No.
I look like
Maybe
I'm 15.
an old baby picture you posted. Like a little kid picture.
Yeah.
Mike without a beard is disgraceful.
You say that. You say that a
Oh,
lot.
it's
You're
bad.
like, see, I feel like everyone's lying to me.
I hate the way it looks.
But yeah, you always tell me that I'm fucking ugly without a beard. So
No, you don't
in
look
such
right.
a nice way.
he
Yeah.
doesn't look right without a beard. It's
Yeah.
fucking bad.
Yeah. Thanks, man. So
I wish more people would put you on commercials and stuff and tell you that you have to shave.
it happened once, and the first time I got something, I had to shave my beard, and I wore a face mask the whole time. I was like, why did I have to fucking shave?
Oh my God.
Welcome to the podcast, Joe.
Welcome to the podcast,
Good
Joe.
to be here.
Thanks, man.
Did you have a safe ride here?
I did. Yeah.
Nice.
What did you do today? What was your course of action today? You woke up. What'd you do? What's a day in the life of Joe?
I mean, well, today's not. I went to a funeral this morning.
Oh,
but,
nice.
I mean,
You didn't hear him say
I
that
didn't
before
expect
when
to
he got
talk
here?
about that. But it worked out because it was down this way. So I'm like, this is a good day for the podcast.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
we,
day for someone to die.
we knew
when
you were
they
gonna
died, Joe, when they died, were you like, hopefully the wake lands on Tuesday, because that would work out for me.
that's a-
Actually, no. It did work out for me that way. It did, well, yeah, yeah.
Joe's got a new web series that's pretty good. I love it. I think it's awesome. It looks good. It's funny. You wrote it. You directed it, right?
Yeah.
I'm fully invested.
I am too. I've watched almost all
We
of
have
them.
one question about this web series.
Yes.
I don't know Joe. That's the name of it.
Correct.
How is it supposed to be
Is it
said?
I don't know Joe, or is it
Or is
I
it,
don't know?
I don't know Joe, or I don't know Joe. Like you don't know yourself. What is it about?
It's got all types of meanings like that. You know what I mean? If you notice when you the dialogue, my character does say "I don't know" almost before everything he says.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Just-
Yeah.
That's an old nickname of mine that I got back when I got clean from drugs and stuff. I remember going to 12-step meetings, and that was my nickname. I don't know Joe, because anytime I had to share, I'd be like, "Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know if I want to do this in my life. I don't know."
Do you still go to meetings and stuff?
Occasionally, yeah.
You do? Yeah.
Not as much as I used to.
What was your favorite drug?
More.
That's funny.
Whatever drug I was doing, but more of it.
More of
I need more of that
yeah.
drug. Yeah.
The moment we started, we're almost out.
Yeah. How long are you clean? How long?
I just celebrated 27
Wow,
years.
nice.
27 years.
Awesome.
Holy shit.
Congratulations.
Holy shit,
I
Joe.
at 20 years old.
Would you start at fucking 4? Hold on.
14, 15. Well, 14, 15, I was just kind of just doing what everybody does.
Yeah.
But it just took a turn for the worse around 17.
Wow.
But I talk to, I'm like, I don't know how you don't get messed up that young. I'm like, the drugs are so designed to screw up your life.
Yeah. I know. Sometimes I feel like weed's ruining mine.
Well, I run into some people like, dude, I party a lot. I'm like, do you a lot? Me a little.
Yeah.
Like, no, I party a lot. I'm like, have you had one intervention?
Yeah.
Or been to rehab once? Then no, you not.
That's funny.
Not a lot. You gotta take the word a lot.
Do you think it's cute when they say that? You're like, oh, that's cute. You party.
Yeah, well, because I'm jealous actually. That's
Yeah,
fun. I wish I could just be normal.
Yeah, you can't just do a little bit of that.
No, I tried that. See, like I got clean in high school. I went to rehab. Then I got clean. I'm like, I just gotta try it one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it happens.
You can do is that I can't control myself with desserts, anything. Anything I like, I do until someone says you need to stop.
Dude, I cannot control myself with desserts ever.
Not a
And
big sweets guy.
really?
No.
Dude, lately, so bad.
I'm a big food guy.
Yeah,
Food.
same.
I'm gonna waste my shit on food. If I'm gonna eat like a piece of garbage, it's gonna be fast food.
Yeah?
That's
Ooh,
my
fast
thing.
food. I can't do this. Fast food, like especially White Castles. I used to love like being on the road, hitting a White Castle. But I think they give me mild depression because I
think you're right.
I'm telling you, I did a theater show. I forgot who I opened for. I opened for some guy years ago, and it was great. I mean, one of the best shows I ever did. I'm like driving home, calling my girl. I'm like, yeah, you should have been there. This, like, I
One
got
of
the
those.
windows down music. I'm like, I'm on my way. And then, you know what I mean? Like,
Daddy's coming home, baby, and I'm
and
happy.
then I see White Castle. I'm like, this is a White Castle night.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then I pull in. I get, nothing crazy, like the 4-pack, you know what I mean, with
Right.
the fries. And I'm throwing it in. I'm driving. I'm telling you, halfway home, I just wanted to come into oncoming traffic.
yeah.
I'm like, you're the biggest piece of garbage.
Oh, man.
You're a hack. You stink. Those laughs were fake. Like,
Yeah.
I just turned on myself, and I'm like, the only difference is the White Castles.
That's funny.
So now, like, if I'm gonna get White Castle, I'm like, I just have to know I'm gonna be home for the night, so I could.
My White Castle on the way home from a gig is fucking the Bon Jovi rest stop on the Parkway.
Yeah.
Yep. Pull in there. Everything's always closed but the Burger King.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you get greeted by Bon Jovi. He's a hologram at the door.
Is he really?
He is. He's like this
I never
big
seen
machine. Yeah, there's a Bon Jovi rest stop. I think it's like
it's where the cheesequake.
It's
one
right
was.
here.
yeah, that's exactly.
I was just there.
Mike.
There's a hologram?
Yeah, when you walk in, there's that big machine, and it like
Man,
it
I
puts
really don't
Bon
pay
Jovi
attention.
right
My
in
wife
front
is
of you.
right. I'm like walking past holograms.
Maybe it was off. I'm always there really late.
Here's where Mike does things wrong. Okay. How far are you from that rest stop? Your apartment? At least a half hour.
Yeah.
You gonna let that food sit there for a half hour?
No, I eat it on the way home in the car.
Man, you do, don't you?
Yeah. What am I? I'm not stupid.
I need to be from.
I have like a salad in my lap
need
of just
salad.
fucking lettuce and tomato. Yeah.
Oh, from the
from
the
eating
Whopper,
it
from
while
the
I
Whopper.
drive.
I need to go. I need to pick up fast food, and I need to be home within 5 minutes. It needs to be hot. Everything needs to be ready to go.
Yeah.
No. I can't eat in the car. I'll always get the double cheeseburger, an extra double cheeseburger, and eat that on the way. But for you to let the food sit there for half an hour.
No, I don't. I
For you to
eat that.
eat it.
I eat that shit in the car on
full
the way
meal,
home.
full meal from the car to the
Whatever I can
You don't like
finish.
to sit down and enjoy it?
No.
I am sitting down and enjoying it in my car.
You're a fucking animal.
I just want to get it in there. I just want to taste. I don't think I like eating as much as I like tasting things.
Yes. I understand that. I start eating on the way to the car. Like I grab the burger out and I'm like walking to my car.
Yeah, see, I
I
don't.
almost finish it, then my car's just the garbage can.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Where's the garbage in your car? My garbage is a front seat on the floor.
I
Front seat on the floor.
well,
passenger floor.
that's the first garbage.
You have multiple garbage.
Then when you have a friend come in the car, then
Oh,
you
it
gotta, that
moves, it
turns into the
transfers. Yeah.
then you gotta go to
Yeah.
second
Garbage
garbage,
transfer.
and then
Very
when
good.
and then when your girl comes in and goes, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
That's when you finally clean the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you have someone you care about getting in the car at all. Like you care about their opinion. You're
Yeah,
like, I
yeah.
can't have this fucking McDonald's cheese on this McDonald's wrapper.
And the next day, you say you forget about the McDonald's or whatever you ate the night before. The next day, you get in your car and you're like, "Oh man, that was from last night." Like you murdered somebody. Like it was a murder in your car, and you could smell the Burger King.
Oh,
from the
I
night
hate when I
before.
smell it again. When I get back in
Yeah.
the car, I hate that shit. I'm like, oh, it's still here. It's just a reminder of the shame that
Yeah.
of just scarfing that shit down.
I just like the sound of water bottles on the feet when people get in my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
a
want to
good
make
one.
the car as least comfortable as possible, so they're like, "I'll drive next time."
It's like an alarm. Like if you're worried about people, I know one of my fears. I know a lot of people have this fears when they get in their car. You always think someone's in the back seat. You ever get that?
Nah, I never had that.
Oh, I'm always afraid of that.
not-
Like looking in the
not scared
rearview
of
mirror and
murder.
there's some scary fucking like demon bitch just sitting there.
You check your back seat
I,
before you
I
get in the
check
car?
my back seat sometimes. You guys don't do that?
No.
Not really.
Really? Oh,
check
I
the
thought a lot
shower.
of
I look in
people
the
did
shower
that.
before I take a
This
piss.
girl I
I
dated
thought that was popular.
in the 90s, her mother went into a car wash like in Old Bridge on Route 9 and pulled out, and she was trying Route 9. She hears, "Excuse me, miss, I'm in the car." She left one of the Mexicans that was drying off the inside.
No way.
she's like
She's like sitting there, and she hears, "Excuse me, excuse me."
That's great. Can you imagine? Why did she wait so long to say something
doing
to
a
her?
thorough job.
Oh man, yeah, she would not say anything till she got that stain out.
After a car wash, sometimes you don't know when to pull away.
Well, it's probably like if you say you're like on there, like in there, and you're just doing it, and you feel the car move away. At first, you're probably like,
Yeah.
"Wait a minute, is this happening?"
This car is moving.
And then by the time you're on 9, you're like, "All right, I don't know the language,
Yeah.
so what's the
Actually,
one thing I know?"
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Actually, she's taking her home. She's almost there. She could have just waited. Like, can you
Have her
actually
clean the house.
actually drop me off somewhere else?
Yeah, flashbacks to when I got here.
Yeah.
When you get a call, are you the guy that in the call when you get a car wash, you get out? Do you get out
No,
Yeah.
I sit in the car.
I get out.
during the drying process?
I get out. Yeah, I get out and walk, and I watch it go through like it's.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
I
one
sit-
thing.
I
But
sit
let's
in the
say
whole
you're-
time.
You're in a drive-through car wash where you're in the car, and now you're done with the car wash, and they're drying your car off. Do you get out and like grab a towel? Are you a towel grabbing guy?
I've never. I can't tell you the last time I went through one that did that.
Oh.
They make me get out everywhere I go.
There's one on 9 that I go to. You get the oil change. They give you the free car wash, and you sit in the car as the car gets washed, and then you get out after because they have to like clean the inside and shit.
I would feel weird about that if like the people are drying. I'm like, oh yes, continue.
Yeah, just sitting there.
I would like to go to get a car wash with you and hold you in with a window where you can see the car go by. I want to hold you. I wanna hold
like
you.
you
It's
show me the
me and
car
you.
wash, like
and I
I'm
go,
your
look,
baby.
there's the car, and you get all excited. I wanna
That
do
would be a
with you.
funny jackass stunt. That would be like if you just go.
Some of
and-
them you have there's a little gun. You could squirt the
Oh
car.
yeah,
I've
mine's
seen that
got
too.
that one. Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah,
Wanna
that's
do
pretty
that with
cool.
you.
I have cement all over the side of my car right now.
One day
Cement?
one day
Yeah.
he pulled up and his car was covered in what it looked like bird shit or mud, and I went to touch it because I'm like Mike's dad sometimes in a way because his dad's dead.
So many comics have said that to me who are older than me. They're always
So-
like, I'm like your dad. Craig Loigren says it to me all the time. You know, you're like my son, or like I think, but like my little brother. He says it to me all the time. I'm like, wow.
I'd say younger cousin.
Yeah.
You're my
That's
younger
Good Craig
cousin.
Loigren.
Oh man, I do a good.
Pull the
Craig.
roof off this place,
Yeah,
kid.
that was one of his popular ones. Before that, he tries to like get you all hyped up before a show. And they go, come on, kid, we're gonna blow the fucking roof off this place, kid.
Yeah, we're trying to be mellow before we go up, and he's fucking bouncing around.
But sometimes I'm like, yeah, we're gonna. He gets me.
Yeah, he's got like prepubescent energy. I don't know
He
where that
does.
guy
He's got a
gets
lot
it.
of-
Like
yeah, he's
Tasmanian
wild.
devil.
so much
He's a fucking
energy.
animal.
He's crazy. He's out of his mind. I wrote this down before when I played the music. Not to go back to the music,
No.
but you know how I feel like when we play the music into the microphone, because
Yeah.
you know if you listen to it, you don't know. But if you watch it
you
on
watch it, you
Facebook
can
Live,
see
if you're
it.
this one viewer who watches it on
It's you,
Facebook
viewer.
Live,
It's
I
you, the
know.
viewer.
No, I don't have it open.
Oh.
So
Well, open it so we have two.
I will. So when people are watching and I do that, it feels like if you've gotten it. I've never gotten a DUI, but I've been in the car with someone who has. When they have to pull out the breathalyzer to keep the car going,
Oh yeah.
that's
never
how I
seen that
feel when
before.
I
Never-
play the music in with my car.
Yeah, I've driven with people like that.
Oh, that's how
Yeah,
that
so
works.
have I.
It's a thing. My
Yeah,
cousin
you'll
had
hear
that.
a beeping, and then all of a sudden, they don't even make. It's not even like a discreet thing, like just a little straw. It's like this big. It looks like a fanny pack with a thick ass breathalyzer coming out of it, and it's like they have to blow into it to keep the car going.
to keep it going. Or
It's
to start it?
random too. It's just everyone's.
Exactly.
Oh wait, the call will
Yeah,
be like, listen, you got to blow into it now. Blow into
Yeah.
it now.
You ever see 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Yeah, but I don't remember movies.
She's hammered driving home, and she's got one. And she's like, it's beeping, and she makes
she
Steve
makes
Carell
him
blow into it. Yeah,
So that's the thing you can do. You can have. I would have one of my kids blow into me every morning.
that's good. At least you're thinking ahead.
I shouldn't be drunk in the morning though. Right, drunk in the morning.
He says with the fucking 3 high noons
I love
and
high
the
noons.
coffee.
You're missing out, Joe. These
Yeah, no,
are.
I'm.
That's the worst thing people could say to you, right? Oh,
Wow.
you're missing out. This is good.
Nah, dude, I had so much fun. I did. I really did. I had a lot of fun. I had so much fun.
You told me one story I remember one time about when you took too many edibles.
Well, yeah, because when I was getting high, it was pre-professional edible.
Yeah.
So, I had some dude teach me how to make pop brownies, and he was like, you do honey slides. We were like cooking it in honey in the pot, and I'm eating it, and honey slide, and it's not hitting us. We're just like, this is just beat. This doesn't work. And then So we started doing ripping bong hits, and I got violently ill. It was the first time I ever got violently ill on marijuana, where I was just like, I don't like this anymore.
Then the edibles kicked in? Did the edibles
Well, I think that was the edibles kicking in because I had already gave myself. I didn't know it took so much time to kick in, so I was just ripping bong hits, and then by the time that hit in, it got so crazy, and I got nauseous. Like it was just.
I've had that before too.
Violently ill, and I went to the doctor like a few days later. I'm like, dude, I don't know what happened, and then that's when he told me he had marijuana toxicity or whatever.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
I didn't even know that was a thing, but I've had that from I don't know if it was exactly that, but I've had that panic from regular edibles before.
Yeah.
And like I felt like my limbs were like sand and they were just falling off because like I think everything just fell asleep because I was panicking. Like I had pins and needles all over my body.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
It was brutal. And back then we're making brownies. It's not like we know how to measure this shit out. It was like I could have been eating like a ton in one piece, a little in another, and like I said, I can't say no to sweets. So you start getting to the point where you're just eating them. You're just like.
Because they taste good.
What's your favorite thing to eat? What was your favorite snack after in general, what's your favorite snack? Especially after when you had munchies. I'm new to weed, Joe.
You're new to weed?
I just started smoking weed like 2 months ago. My job finally lifted the ban on weed.
Oh,
so I've been trying out different weeds. Mike's been getting me some weeds. And I found one I
I
like.
think I gotta find ones like I think you need a good indica.
Well, the one you got me is very good.
Yeah, I don't know what it is though.
Food tastes a lot
I got
better.
it from some person for like free. He just gave it to me. He's like, "See if these work." I'm like,
Yeah, I think heroin was in one of them.
It might have been.
Because when I was shooting it, I'm like, this feels like heroin.
Dude. So I was watching. I was in your web series.
You're in the
let's
episode-
get into it.
The finale that comes out tomorrow, 2
Yeah.
o'clock. Yeah.
How many parts
excited.
so far? How many? 5?
6.
6-part web
episode
series.
7 comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And where can we find it on? You could check out Joe Fernandes' Instagram. It's at Joe Fernandes, right?
Yeah, and youtube.com/Joe Fernandes. Fernandes with an S.
With an S.
There's actually a Joe Fernandes comedian with a Z.
Comedian?
In Chicago. Comedian. Released an album like the same week I did. How
Wow.
we
Jesus.
never met.
That might help you out.
Maybe. That hasn't
Might help you out.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
I think Joe Fernandez
I think you're gonna help
is gonna.
him out.
I think you're gonna help
Yeah, you're
him
gonna help him
bro.
out.
Maybe.
This web series, dude, you're getting a lot of like. You got a bunch of nominations for it, different festivals. You won.
Yeah, I won Best New Jersey Short Film with the New Jersey Film Awards. Because people were confused because I was sending out one episode as a short film because not every festival has a web series category. So I took episode 2 and sent it out, and it validated it for me mentally to put it out because like I need strangers to validate it for me.
Yeah, I
To
know
be like
exactly.
it's good, and just getting in the festivals is great because you beat out thousands of people just to get in. To win or be like a runner up, that's insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're like, wow, okay, now I really feel good about it. Because when you're that close to a project, I lost all concept of whether it's good.
I know. I know. There's so many different
It's
like
hard
views
to judge
on it.
your
Yeah,
own shit.
it really is. Yeah, that's
So
why you
you-
need strangers to validate it.
So you
for
put
it.
out episode 2 is what you put out for the festivals.
Yeah.
That's the one that Mike's not in.
I'm in the
Mike's
last
not-
one.
he's in the
Mike's not in that
finale.
one. So
Yeah.
Mike's
you chose
actually
the
does
right
the
one.
Mike gets the last laugh of the web series
Bitch, you were trying to throw a dig at me. I noticed that.
When does
you
that come
fuck.
out? Today?
tomorrow, 2
Tomorrow.
p.m.
Tomorrow.
I picked 2 p.m. when I was putting them out because I figured that's a good time. People are gonna have their coffee at work.
Yeah.
Maybe start flipping their phone open. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That
that
end of
sounds
the
like a good
day.
idea.
The post-lunch shit.
Yeah, it's like, and
You
these
know?
are, 7 minutes. I think the longest one's 8 minutes if you watch through the credits.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes in the web series is when you're with Angelique and she's the fortune teller.
Yeah, the psychic.
And she's got the fucking sauce.
Yeah.
That did it for me. She's stirring sauce, and you're like, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I got the gravy."
Yeah. Me and her, when we were rehearsing that scene, because it was written, Madame Marie, she got the sauce. It was just the funniness of the sauce. And then we were, because I always tell the actors, do what you want to do. If you have an idea, give it to me, because I want it to be the best it can be. Like, I don't feel like I have all the best ideas. And she was like, wouldn't it be great if I put the meatball in your hand? And I was like, oh my God, that would be good. And then I was taking the bite at the end. It was just like, I said, this is so silly. It's one of those things that's so silly. You're like, this could either be funny or like,
It was funny.
what the hell's wrong?
Yeah.
Eating the meatball from the
Never
hand is
know.
funny. So it can't not be funny.
You know
Was
what's
it hot?
No.
No.
You know what's
Cold
so crazy about it is that
Which is one of my munchies that I used to have when I used to get
Meatballs.
high. Cold meat. I live in
Whose
Italian.
meatballs?
My mother's meatballs.
Oh, only
So
mothers.
I mean,
Would you eat another meatball? Whose other meatball would you eat?
My grandmother's. No. Mine. No, it's very tough to get a meatball outside of my family.
Yeah, dude, I
There's
had the
only
same
one
thing.
restaurant that makes meatballs is close to my family's, and
Ooh.
it's a place called Nona's in Florham Park. They have.
Oh, there's another Nona's on Route 9. Or-
Yeah, but I don't know if it's the same owners.
But,
I'm not sure if it is.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
My Aunt Aline, her meatballs.
Yeah,
And my sister almost has it down.
yeah.
Aunt Aline's still alive, but
I almost got my mom's down. I cook meatballs a lot at home, but my wife's a vegetarian, so it's just me with a pot of meatballs.
That's fine. More for you,
it
right?
got to be moist inside.
Well, somebody asked me, was that meatball cold recently? And I said, yeah. And they go, ugh. I'm like, you're not Italian at all. So I
Yeah.
was like, cold Italian food is amazing.
It is
Cold
really good,
Italian
yeah.
food tastes.
Cold
The
pizza,
salt
bro?
comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, you could really taste it better.
Yeah. Do you put Italian bread in your meatballs?
Of course, he needs Italian bread.
You put the. Do you always do that, or I
Well,
thought that was
What,
something?
you mean the
special?
breadcrumbs?
What do you mean?
No, like you take balls of Italian bread and you put it in the meatball.
No.
I don't in mine, but
Oh.
my grandma used to make these big fat meatballs with the bread in it with
Yeah.
raisins in it.
Raisins.
Wait, what?
Right?
What do you?
Wow.
I'm telling you,
Is that a
so-
Spanish thing or something?
No, this is an Italian thing. My Italian grandma used to make these big softball-sized meatballs, not the ones that go in the sauce. She would just fry it in a pan. It would have big hunks of bread, raisins in it, and she'd hand it to me in a napkin and say, "Sprinkle some sugar on it." Yo,
Wow.
I am
Shit.
telling you, bruh.
Dude, I'm
Damn.
gonna rewatch
That-
this one and I'm gonna fucking remember
Put
that.
sugar on the meatball.
That
You're supposed to
sounds
put
good.
sugar and sauce, right? That's like the thing.
I do. I put sugar in sauce.
Yeah.
But this was just like it was almost like she would hand that to me to eat while she was making the rest of the regular meatballs.
That sounds amazing. I never would have thought that.
I've been telling my mom she has to make one for me. I have to learn how to make them because it's like a dessert dinner almost. It's,
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's a nice little
I love
sweet
cold
appy.
Italian food.
Yeah, cold Italian food is good.
I don't reheat pizza.
I love cold pizza, man.
I like
out
cold
in the
pizza too,
fridge.
but I like it better like toaster oven.
My son just started a pizzeria job. He's delivering. He started yesterday at this pizzeria right around the block.
What's it called?
It's called Angelo's.
Oh,
Right
of
around the
course,
block.
Angelo's.
And I told my son to go there. I'm like, tell him you know me or whatever. And I went in there yesterday while my son was working. And I go, hey, his name is John, who owns it, of course. The name of the owner is not always the name of the pizzeria. I go, hey, John, hey, how's he doing? And he goes, oh, you know him? I'm like, yeah, that's my son. My son never told this guy that he was my son.
You guys have the exact same name.
Yeah, I know.
think
He's
I
like,
know,
yeah, when I
really.
was writing his name down, I thought your last name was Kirshner. I'm like, yeah, that's my
funny.
son.
Did you ever?
If pizza places in Jersey had the name of the owner, they'd be called Pedro's and Arturo's.
Arturo's Pizzeria.
It's so rare when you walk in and see an Italian guy making
Yeah, or
pizza.
Albanian.
Yeah,
or
that's true.
Albanian. Jimmy or Benny.
Did you ever deliver pizzas?
Oh yeah.
So did
I
I.
delivered for Perone's Italian Kitchen in East Brunswick, and there was a place called Mr. Pizza in East Brunswick.
I live right next door to a Mr. Pizza,
Yeah.
and every single day I walk out of my house, I think I'm gonna get shot on that corner. Mr. Pizza in Asbury.
Oh, I
There's
know.
a Mr.
I know
Pizza
what
in
you're
Staten
talking
You know
about.
that place? Yeah,
I know that place, yeah.
right in Neptune.
There's one in Staten
I
Island.
live on
Yeah.
that
Why?
street because it's a nice place that they're building it up, right?
Okay.
Except they're probably not gonna get to where we are for a while.
Yeah.
Mike talks a lot of smack about his apartment. But
I
was
love
there,
my
it's nice.
place. I'm talking about outside.
You got to venture
Like
a
our
couple
street's
blocks.
pretty. Our
My
street's
apartment's
pretty
great
bad.
unless you want some fresh
Yeah.
air.
Somebody got-
Then there's bullets.
Yeah, go in the back and sit in my car with the windows open. But there's somebody got shot in the head right before we moved in. Right before my roommates moved in. I moved in later.
Shot in the head, then you moved in. You're like,
I moved in. Yeah.
So they gave you that information. Be like, you want to be our roommate? Yes. Someone just got shot in the head.
They gave
Where
it to me
do
after.
I sign?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, listen, that sounds like fun, right? Front row seats to some action outside every day.
There's always action out there.
Mm-hmm.
You had a homeless guy out there for a while, and you can't find him.
Yeah, we did. We did have a homeless guy out there. I saw him every day, every single morning, and he wouldn't like I feel bad when I see homeless people all the time, but and like I would give them something, you know. But this guy used to come up to my car window and go like, and try to like get my attention, and I'm so good at ignoring people.
Yeah.
When I'm mad at people, I fucking straight up ignore them. I pretend they died.
Almost
and I-
guys like, you got mad at me.
Yeah. He was taking it. I don't know if he thought there was something wrong with me because he was literally standing there like going like this. Like I could not ignore him. He was like yelling at the window like, sir, sir. But I'm like looking at
Oh,
the
he's
light.
polite.
I don't look nervous at all. And then I start going like this. Like looking really scared, and I see him look, and like the light turns green, and I go. I would sometimes fuck with him every morning, like when I was leaving.
Mhm.
I was like purposely fucking with him, but he would like block traffic in the street people would get into accidents and shit. It was really like you know how that street is. It's awful.
You got a Yankee shirt on today, Mike.
I do.
Big Yankee fan, Mike is.
Are you are a Yankee fan?
Oh yeah.
We started talking sports, and Mike claims he's a big Yankee Jeter fan, big Jeter guy.
Dude, I love the Yankees. I'm a diehard fan. I haven't watched a Yankee game in probably 13 years.
That's a long time.
And even when they were around, I wouldn't really watch that much. But I love the Yankees. Isn't that weird?
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay.
So you should be a big Jeter guy.
I love Derek Jeter. But he doesn't
was
even
your
play.
prime.
But here's the thing: I never even watched when he was playing. Like all those years ago, I would go to a bunch of games. My dad was such a huge fan, and it's been like ingrained in me, like that I have to be a Yankees fan, no matter what. Even like if I meet somebody from Boston, I'm like I don't really like them that much. Isn't that crazy? It's weird, right?
I got back into them during the Jeter years. Like
You did?
95. I got clean in 95. It was the whole part of that too because I had nothing to do anymore.
Yeah.
So I just got.
So you were,
I just
so you were let down in '95.
Right, but it was such a good run that year
Oh,
that
yeah.
it got you excited. It became like my new thing to focus on.
You still had Donnie. You were rooting for Donnie.
Yes, and it was heartbreaking. And then
You see this? Don Mattingly.
Oh, there's Donnie. He
I was
agrees.
noticing the Donnie thing up there. That was
yeah.
the
Oh, that's
seat.
my bleacher seat. That's the seat I sat on my whole life. I stole it in '95.
Nice.
I stole that out of the bleachers. They were changing over the bleachers from '95 to '96. From those seats to flat benches, and the bleacher creatures, the security, they turned a blind eye. They let us take our seats. So that seat has all my initials on it from every game I went to, like thousands of initials. My mother was a psychopath with the Yankees. She took us to every game, and then one day I went to a Mattingly signing, and he signed it for me.
That's amazing.
And then my wife got me that thing to display it in. The thing to display it in is worth more than what the autograph
What's
is.
it called? A shadow box?
Similar to a shadow box, I would guess.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's my Donnie. Don, do you like that, Donnie? You remember signing it? Do you remember signing that for me, Donnie? No.
Sometimes Kirsch
No.
comes down here by himself
No.
and does that, asks some questions. And
No.
Am I funny, Don?
I found this little guy.
Guess the booze is working.
My boy. I love Don Mattingly.
Yeah.
I'm
How
like
do you
a
not?
I'm like a Mattingly crackhead.
He's shaking his head while your hand was on his fucking leg. It was
I was
actually
on his
Yeah,
so
he's
funny.
not approving of this. Whatever you're doing to him.
His back don't hurt anymore though. Look at him. He's standing up straight. I love it. He's the manager for the Marlins now.
Is he really?
He won manager of the year a few years
I
ago.
thought he was dead.
That's the only reason why
But he's
that
dead.
was like my alternate team was the Marlins, especially because Jeter had part owner in Donnie's.
Okay, that's
coach.
respectable.
So that's the team I would root for outside of the Yankees, but they're awful. So wasn't a lot of rooting going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not good.
We only, growing up, played Yankees games in my house. My dad used to say, they'd be like, you like baseball? And he'd be like, I don't watch baseball. I watch the Yankees. That was
That's
his
true
thing.
though. It's the only sport I can't
Yeah.
watch another team.
No. And especially when you look out in the stands and there's fucking nobody there. Like, I remember watching Marlins games and there was like no one there.
Yeah, I would only watch the Marlins if the Yankees were out of it and the Marlins were in it in
Yeah.
a playoff scenario. So basically, I never watched the Marlins.
I like up and coming dudes that are supposed to be really good. I like watching them play. But by the middle of the season, I'm not really watching much baseball. It's a little boring. I like when the playoffs come around. Maybe I go to the stadium. Want to come to a game, Mike?
I would go to a Yankees game. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do a game. Let's do a group.
I would do that. That would be cool.
Paul O'Neill Day in August. I think it's
Paul O'Neill.
26th.
See? I don't even know who he is, but I am already excited.
Oh my God! You know who Paul?
I'm
O'Neill
so
is?
bad, dude. We did a thing on the last podcast. He doesn't watch movies or anything. He's
Not a
like
movie guy.
nothing.
I have my very specific movies. My favorite movie's right behind you. Favorite movie of all
Sure.
time. I love Steve Martin. Oh, I grew up loving Steve Martin.
Mhm.
That's why I became. No, it's not. I didn't even know he did stand up when I was little. I just loved The Jerk.
That
Yeah.
poster could even come out today. He was a poor black sharecropper's son who never dreamed he was a doctor.
Yeah, you can't.
You would be
That's
my
it, yeah.
crucified.
Imagine
Yeah.
them remaking that.
all I need. That's the all I need scene, right?
Who do you think could play him if they remade it?
Jerk.
Yeah, who do you think would be good?
I think it would be. Oh, he's dead. Would it have to be a white guy or what?
I mean, I never saw it.
You never seen The Jerk?
No,
The Jerk would have to be played.
but I know what it is. What it is.
Like a
can't
Will
be a white
Ferrell,
guy.
maybe.
It can't
Maybe
be
a
a
Will
white-
Ferrell.
Yeah.
Wasn't the whole thing about it that he was white and
Yeah, and
he was
had black
adopted by
kids,
a
yeah.
black family?
Yeah.
Pete Davidson, because then he can really get away
Ooh,
with it,
that's
'cause
true.
He's ethnically
Ambiguous.
Ambiguous.
Yeah, yeah.
That's true. That would be good.
That would be another phone call I wouldn't get to be in the movie.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. It's just a joke, Mike.
I didn't say anything.
Relax.
What the fuck are you talking about? You're just looking at me. You have a corgi. I wrote that down.
Yeah, he actually was in the web series. He made his acting debut.
I
Did he?
did the
Pretty good.
Corgi. I did the Corgi Comedy Club the other night.
I did it, and I brought my dog there. when
I
did
thought
it.
about you the entire fucking night.
I did too. The one
This
time I
place-
did, I was like, I wonder if Joe
For
likes it
people that
here.
don't know, the place is called Corgi,
Yeah.
right?
It's a distillery.
And you go there, and there's a bunch of corgis there. I was so happy to see all these corgis.
There was none there that night. I
No,
went.
there was like 8 or 9 corgis running
Oh,
around.
wow.
I did during the pandemic when they were doing outdoor shows, and I brought my dog, and I hired my buddy to take photos.
Oh,
That's
you must have
awesome.
been.
And he was my dog was not into being at shows. He's like, what? He's like, what are we doing?
During the pandemic, the videos that you made in the woods, you made a bunch of videos going hiking and shit.
Oh
with the dog.
yeah, with that
Those were
drone
awesome.
out and stuff.
That was
yeah.
cool. Yeah, the drone was awesome.
Yeah.
Those were cool.
Yeah, very cool.
That was when I thought that the pandemic was gonna be 2 weeks. You're like, I can get 2 weeks of videos. Then I'm like, I can't carry this shit right on.
Yeah.
Like you start
it's-
realizing the shit ain't ending. You're like, all right, we're done at episode 5. Like,
we started our podcast in the pandemic
Right before.
right before, and then it happened, and we were like, "Fuck!" But then we stopped. I think that has a lot to do with why we weren't as consistent at first, because
It was good that we had it though, because we had an extra. We had something to put out, like
Yeah,
During the,
but we're also so bad at like technology. You're a little bit better than me. I'm so bad when it comes to technology.
I'm not good at this. Might not even.
we couldn't
be
like I
recorded
couldn't
Right.
I couldn't figure out how to FaceTime you. If I went away to on vacation and I wanted to do something for the podcast.
Yeah, you watch Joe. Joe's got like different
Yeah.
screens, different comics on. He's like, all right, now we're gonna flip over to Mike. Mike, how are you doing?
Yeah,
And
everything
it's
you do looks really
screen.
good.
Yeah, like what are you a fucking? What are you?
I feel like a
Steven
caveman.
Spielberg of
well, that's what I do
podcasts.
outside of comedy. Production is my thing.
Yeah.
So I am always have the cutting edge stuff.
Yeah,
got good stuff.
One of the things I like the most about the whole web series is I feel like that's something every comic wants to do, wishes they could do. Write their own web series, have all of their friends in it, and have it look good. Because like I feel like a lot of times when people try to do stuff themselves, it kind of like it doesn't look half-assed, but like they're working with what they got. Luckily you have like all the equipment and shit. Like
Oh, you could tell by
it
watching this
looks
thing.
it looks so good,
Like if we did it, it would be
and
like,
it's funny. Like that's what everybody wants to have. So
it
it's
would be
awesome.
the same scene. Like we're in the same room, but different sound on me, different sound on
Whole
you.
movie filmed on 2 iPhones.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Sound is always the hardest thing for people to do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there'd be a phone call in the middle of it. You'd have to take the phone call.
When we did the scene I was in, we had to turn the heat off, right?
No, there was we couldn't turn the heat off. It just was off. That's why it was freezing.
Oh,
and that
that's
day.
right.
But there was a fire alarm that kept beeping, like the battery needed to be changed. But it wasn't in our building. It was in the whatever office was above, so we couldn't get to
Yeah,
it.
we
So
were looking all over for it.
we didn't know what to do. So that instead of me calling action, we were just ready. And then as soon as the beep would come, then we would go. Because we knew we had about 45 seconds to
Yeah.
get the take in.
Yeah.
Which, most takes are done in that. We weren't doing long monologues for this.
yeah.
It was like, beep. So you were saying.
I'm not a big porno watcher, but you notice that in pornos.
The beeping,
The beeping
fire
in the back,
alarm?
yeah, yeah.
That's
Beeping.
fucking
Any amateur
hysterical.
porn,
Now,
in
you
the
are
background.
invested.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like somebody needs to change that
either you
battery.
are way too hyper invested, or you've seen that scene way too many times. Where
No,
you're
it's
like,
multiple pornos. Multiple.
That's so fucking funny.
I've never heard that in my life.
That's
Oh,
a
now you're gonna
funny.
notice it.
That would be a great sketch.
Want to do a porno?
A porno? No, not with you.
Oh, I thought you
A
wanted to do
porno, and then it keeps beeping, and they're getting annoyed. That would be a funny sketch. Yeah, I had a lot of fun filming with you guys. The actress who plays your therapist, what's her name? Anne
Anne Hennessy.
Anne
She's
Hennessy.
great.
She's great.
She was we met in acting class. I remember me and her acted in a few one-act plays together,
Mhm.
and we always had a good chemistry, acting together. And like she's such a hard worker,
Yeah.
so that's like whenever like I cast someone, I'm like I need, especially if it's gonna have like a lot of lines. Like I know she's a hard worker.
Yeah, she's in a lot.
Comes prepared. She's like in pretty much
Every episode,
every
right?
episode except for the first one.
Mhm. I like what you do. The therapy sessions, I love. There's a lot about like mental health in it too. That's a good thing to take
Yeah.
away from it.
Yeah, like I wanted it to like I like the whole when I wrote most of it, I was actually in therapy.
Mhm.
So I was like, I want to talk about these crazy things, but I don't want it to be like deep
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
all about that. Like I was like, there's got to be silly.
Right. Exactly.
And I had 3 episodes. I had originally it was just episodes 2, 3, and 4 written, which were going to be 1, 2, and 3. It was going to be a 3-episode web series before the pandemic. All scheduled, had the studio ready to go. Pandemic hit.
Yeah.
Gave me a long time to write 4 more episodes. And then I was the only one using that studio because no one was using it because of COVID. So I rented out New Media Comedy Studios for like a 10-hour day.
Nice.
We shot every therapy scene. We shot the even the episode 1 therapy scene in the other office, and we shot the fortune teller all in one day.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Working hard.
You have
Fernandes working hard.
They have like sets built. Like the
I
one
had 3
scene.
rooms. I had them. I bought them the green paint for the 1 therapy. I set that up. I built all the sets like days
Holy
before.
shit.
Damn.
Acting and being in it is like a lot of work, but it's like I really wanted to do it because like that's what I was trying. I told all the guys that were in it that helped me. I was like, "Yo, we got it done." And that's like the victory, whether people like it or not. I'm like, when people talk shit,
Yeah.
it's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," I'm a big like believer in jinx. Like I didn't even tell anybody I was doing it outside of who was involved in it until it was like 90% shot.
Wow.
Because I'm like, that's when I released like the first like production still. And people are like, what are you doing?
Yeah. That's how you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to say
I'm the
anything.
complete opposite. If you give me an inkling that I'm going to be doing something cool, I tell everybody, like, guess what I'll be doing? Flying out to LA probably gonna, and it ain't going to happen,
Nah, I believe in
I jumped the
jinx too
gun.
much.
I jumped the gun. I'm a gun jumper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I try to hold shit back. I can't. I tell everybody. It's fucking terrible. You can't keep a secret with me.
No. I noticed that.
Yeah.
You just get so excited.
I get excited.
He just wants the pat on the back, bro. That's all.
Good
it is.
job.
I want it too, but you gotta try to be cool about it.
You gotta be cool.
It's hard
Yeah.
to be.
I've
it's
seen it
tough for
many
me to be
times
cool.
with friends where like someone will be like, "Yo, you're gonna be next for this thing," then they like post on social media, "Dude, I was told that I was gonna be next."
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
Big news
I'm
coming.
like,
That
not
I hope-
anymore. You're not because not if you live in the world I live
That's,
in.
I hold back with that shit. Putting it on social media, I hold back with.
The moment
Not
I
me.
don't tell shit, I'll maybe tell my wife. That's about it.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes it depends. I feel like nobody knows how embarrassing it feels to be like visibly wrong by everybody, and then once it happens, you're like, never again. It's scarring.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm not fucking telling anybody anything anymore. Especially when you find out whatever you think's gonna happen is not happening. You're like, I'm not fucking telling anybody. That's why I just get so fucking excited. It's gonna happen one day.
I used to tell my wife last. She's the last person I tell something to.
she's the last.
Yeah.
I'm like, put this in the calendar. She's like, all right.
My wife's brutally honest with me. That's why she's like the first to know.
Yeah.
Or like first, she reads all the first scripts. She gets to see the first edits
Mhm.
because she'll be like, "This stinks."
That's
Or,
what
that's
you
good,
want.
though. You
or I
want
don't
that.
get it.
Yeah.
You know,
You want that.
I
You
need
want-
an average person because like comics, even my comic friends, they're all great, but they'll be like, "Dude, it's fucking awesome." man."
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
they're just,
I
Unless
tell.
someone
when you
really
ever,
close to you, like if Mike did something and I thought it was shitty, I'd be like, that was
Yeah.
shitty.
Yeah. Or the same.
You'd have to have the right.
I would tell. I would want somebody to be honest. That's the only way you're going to learn from
Yeah.
it. It's the only way you're going to learn if you're doing anything wrong, what it is. If you're just, someone's got to be honest. It's not a bad thing. You just got to be able to take constructive
My
criticism.
sister's good at that, at telling me that something sucks.
Yeah. It's the hardest part of that is the person who has to tell you. Because you're like, how am I going to say that? You ever try
Yeah.
to tell somebody something?
My
because
sister
you're
can't
like,
wait to tell me.
yeah, there's a certain ways that you got to tell people.
Yeah. You got to be real nice. Like, look.
Positive reinforcement.
No, whenever I instead of saying something stinks, I'll be like, "Did you ever think about it this way?"
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
That's a good way to do it, too.
The
I used to run by all my material. Who did you have when you first started that you ran all your material by? There's somebody.
still the same guys. Mike Gaffney, Joe Conti,
Okay, so comics.
comics.
used
I
to
mean,
with my
I'll
sister.
I'll throw it by like my wife because she understands. Because if it's really confusing, she'll be like, "I don't get it." It doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
gotta give it to a normie.
Yeah, I don't run anything by my wife.
Yeah. Whenever
No.
someone tells me something's bad, I'm like, okay, is it though? Like, and I try to think about that person and why they would think it's bad. Like, you ever post something online and you rewatch it a million times as the people who are liking it to see why they liked it?
Yeah,
I know that you've done that because
I
I've
watch my
talked to you
story
about
like
it
all
before.
day.
Well, it don't matter if somebody doesn't like it, right? Only if the audience.
If
likes
somebody doesn't like it, my only fear is that how many other people are cringing that I just posted that. If it's
True.
bad, that's the only thing.
it. Yeah, what's your self-esteem number like when you post a joke?
Yeah.
how many minutes can it be up before your self-esteem pulls it down if it's got nothing?
If it's up for 8 minutes and there's nothing, I start thinking about deleting it.
Yeah, I'm about 10 minutes, then I'm like, it's awful.
Yeah, because I'm also oblivious, and I'm like, maybe this means something that I didn't think of. Like,
The
maybe this is
algorithm.
offensive, or maybe this is fucked up, and I didn't realize it in my head when I posted it. And I'm like, maybe that's why people. It's anxiety. I'll attack myself as soon as I see it's past 8. I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not
if I
funny.
get a post that gets 50 likes, it's gonna do good on Saturday night. I know
Yeah.
it. It's like, it's, just,
Yeah.
it's good out of the gate. If you get 50
Yeah.
minimum, it's gonna be
There's
good.
something there.
There's
A couple weeks ago, I was fucking around with the live, and I put my thing on private by mistake. I put the video this live on private just as we were testing it, and I never changed it back. And so my next 3 days of posting shit on Facebook, it was all going to private, and I was getting 0, obviously. And I'm like, I couldn't figure it out. Then I figured out.
You thought people didn't like you?
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And then I put it all on public, and I still only got a few likes, so I took it all down.
Yeah.
But it's back on public. We're good.
I mean, it's good for you, like getting all this feedback from the web series and all these nominations. At least you know it's good, you know?
Right. That's why the festivals were important for me, because even if, at least I know, like, people I don't know accepted it. So even if YouTube, I got like negative pushback, like this is garbage, I'd be like, all right, it's fine.
Yeah, like you got recognition for it, and I mean, it has to be. They don't just nominate anything. There's so
I
many
don't share
people
things that aren't good. I won't share something if it's not good.
Neither will I.
No.
So if people are if friends are sharing it, then it's good.
It's the algorithm's tough to crack. The hardest part about making. I mean, the web series is very hard to make from beginning to end. Editing takes a lot of time, but just like any entertainment thing, getting eyeballs on it is the hardest, because the moment you post a picture that looks like an ad, the algorithm just crushes it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to promote out there.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I like about YouTube, because the algorithm could feed it to people that don't know me. Like Facebook, I'm just talking to people that know me already. You know what I mean? So you're just like, all right.
And they're mostly comics.
And yeah.
Yeah, I learned. Mike taught me to not worry about what comics think. You
Yeah,
taught me that
I
with
don't
the
know.
podcast.
Oh yeah. Well, sometimes like you ever notice how sometimes like you go to shows and you hear only comics will laugh at only certain jokes.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily they're laughing because they think it's funny. Like I remember one time I was at a show and someone did a joke. It was like a deep political joke, and they used so many of these big words. And I don't want to sound like an idiot, but it was obviously like, what the fuck did they just say? Like, what was that even about? And like a couple people laughed, but I was like, well, how was that even? Yeah, I hate that shit. I'm like, how does it was about some other country's politics, and I'm like, how the fuck do they even know that's going on? Not even the source material that it was weird. It's just like, what are you talking about? I didn't get any of that. How are these other people? Am I the one who's left out and doesn't know what the
They're
fuck?
phonies, man.
Well, we're not that
exactly,
smart.
bro. Phonies.
Yeah, they are.
You're
You
a
see it all
big
the time.
phony.
You see it all
They
the time, dude. Oh my god, I could go on forever.
You're a big phony.
Is that from Family Guy?
I don't know. I wasn't a big
Phony.
Family Guy
Me and
person.
some of my comic friends will like save screenshots of like when you see another comic being phony on another
yeah.
comic.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like, you know they're just licking their
They're
ass.
yeah.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
like, look at this. It's like, come on. Like, how do you not feel
Dirty.
Like, you're a comedian. You're supposed to be self-aware.
Yeah, some people are posting.
There's a lot of delusion in comedy.
I know, but
A lot.
the public ass licking. Like,
Yeah.
how do you not have embarrassment about?
Who's your
that?
go-to comic to send the screenshots to?
Oh, I don't want to say because
You ever send this?
It's probably I get one from probably one of the same people you get
Yeah,
one
probably.
from.
You
Definitely.
You ever send the screenshot to the person?
by mistake?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
did that.
No, I've never done that, but
Yeah.
I'm fearful.
It's hard to
of that.
recover. It's hard to recover, but you recover.
You got to tell him that story. That's funny.
But anybody I text is typically not like anyone. I don't know how I would accidentally do unless it was on Facebook or something.
yeah.
You gotta
On
tell me this-
Instagram, I just hit the I just do the share right to Mike. I don't even have to put any context. I just share it to him, and he goes, "Yep, I seen it too." And we're like, "Jesus Christ!"
Yeah.
Yeah, what you got to do is not say anything first. That's how you. So just send it. So if you accidentally send it to the person, it's just their clip, and be like, "What's this?" Be like, "Dude, this was awesome." You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's what he did.
Yeah. Don't say anything first. Just send it and let that person respond. And you'd be like, "This is okay." I sent it to the right person.
Just
'cause,
wanted to let you know I just saw this. And you ever
Dude.
try it this way?
dude, this
Yeah,
one.
try it this way.
I
This.
They're so awful. But
Yeah, and you know what that is? That's fear of being like when you said before, like I delete shit after 8 minutes. That's so I don't end up in someone else's text feed. Because if somebody did that to me, I'd be like, oh fuck.
doesn't mean you
sure
hate
I
the
am,
person.
because there's definitely douchey things I've done on
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
you
Time
know,
Hop. Time Hop shows you all of those.
Oh my god!
Ah.
Dude, the Facebook memories when I felt like I had a point to make.
Do you delete them? Do you delete them now?
No, I just leave it up because I think it reminds me to not be that guy anymore.
some of them-
I delete them.
Some of them I
No.
delete. Some of them I'm like, oh my
No.
god,
I'm like,
that
look
was
at you,
cringy
look
as
at
fuck.
you, never be this guy again.
Yeah. Imagine how I feel. I had Facebook when I was in 7th grade. Imagine how I feel when I look back fucking 13
forgot
years
how
ago,
old
and
I
it's
am.
like
You were in 7th grade, and me and Joe were going through rehab.
I got a Facebook. I got a Facebook in 7th grade, and it used to just be like these mini games you play with your friends.
And you shared all of them.
Oh yeah,
I got on Facebook at like 30.
yeah. Oh, did you really?
Oh,
man.
9. I remember 2009.
Well, 04 I started comedy when MySpace. That was the first thing we
MySpace
were
was
all
out,
on,
yeah.
and then I guess
I was on that too.
like 2008 or
I'd say
10 did Facebook
2008
come out?
is Facebook.
Yeah, no, 2000. It's actually, I think it's 2007. I think it's 2007, but it didn't. It was only like the college thing at
Yeah.
first, and then it picked up into.
How
other
would
shit.
we get people to shows now if we didn't have Facebook or Instagram? It would be like
Well, I remember I was in
Flyers.
bands a lot in the 90s, and we used to flyers. We used to flyer.
What do you
places.
play?
Guitar or bass.
Oh shit! Look at that.
I've seen some of the videos you posted when you were younger. It's awesome, so funny.
You had long hair.
Yeah. Well, some of the I can't find any of the long hair days VHS tapes, but the one when I was in the really good band, I was playing bass for my friend because his bass player, like something happened and they had a tour,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Can you play bass?" And I'm like, "Well, I can keep tune with you guys. I'm not going to be Les Claypooling."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What was the name of the band?
Sick Sense.
Six Sense.
Yeah, like Sick Sense of Humor, and I have good videos of that. But I was dating a hairdresser at the time, and she had like gave me highlights.
Oh, my
So
God.
I have a video of me, shirtless with overalls on, playing the bass with highlights and sideburns, bro.
Nice.
God.
Oh yeah, this was '90s, baby.
Like Dylan
Fucking
from 90210.
But I was gorgeous back then. That's when
You were
girls
dreaming.
liked me, bro.
Yeah. Bro, he had all the drugs, he had all the hair, he had
No,
fucking
that was
highlights.
post drugs. Actually,
Oh.
actually, that band, my sponsor was the singer.
Oh, nice. It's good for when you go on the road.
Yeah, it was good, man. When I say the road, it was kind of like a Jersey road.
Yeah, it's
You know,
like how
like
some
East
comics
Coast.
There's
say.
a lot of
it.
comics.
Yeah.
There's a lot of comics that we know right now
Back
that are on
then,
the
though,
road.
It was good. Like we played Maxwell's in Hoboken to like a packed house, which
shit.
was like a big venue,
Wow.
man.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, my roommate's in a band, and they're pretty good. We should have him on the podcast one day.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole band.
Cold Joy.
That's a
Check 'em
tough
out.
gig because like comics, we can really delude ourselves into thinking we have a career
Mhm.
because you could really kind of like you could just make your own show anywhere. We're like bands, it's really tough to get
Booked.
gigs
Yeah.
and booked or make any sort of money to justify because
'Cause
you
you have-
got to split it with. So you still make $200 a show, but you got to split it with 4 guys.
That's why
that
Beyonce
sucks.
bounced. Beyonce bounced. She's like, I want to make this money on my own.
Or it's all bringer shows. They
Yeah.
give you a stack of tickets, like you
Yeah.
get $5 a ticket.
And then it's everybody you
That's why
know
there's like
coming.
there's like 10 bands on a show, and each one of those bands bring out a few people. And plus, you have 5 people in a band, so you have 5 people branching out to their people to get people to come to a show.
What,
Yeah.
what do
Even
you
if
like?
Even if they brought 2 people each.
What do you like doing more? I'll ask both of you. Do you like Joe first? Do you like doing a show where you know like a lot of the people in the crowd, or do you like doing a show when you know nobody?
Nobody.
Exactly. Yeah, me too.
Oh,
You?
yeah, nobody.
Yeah, nobody. Me too. I love it.
Now,
Except when I do the recovery conventions because they're just like the best.
I did one of those once for you. I think it was for Gaffney actually.
That down in Atlantic City.
Yeah, it was close to there.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
Yeah.
Yo, they were so much fun. I had a good time with them. I got to,
recovery
like,
crowd.
Yeah, I
Because
got to
they're
like.
so used to listening.
Yeah,
They're good listeners.
That's funny.
They've been through hell. They have great sense of humor.
And you're if you have material about being fucked up, they understand.
Yeah.
Do they like when you do jokes about it or no?
What I usually say when we book comics to do that, they don't have to be clean comics, but it's like we try not to like, glorify it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I also tell people, I'm like, these are like the major leaguers. So if you got some story that you think is crazy, like it better be real because they're gonna sniff bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that. Like you think, like you know, Yeah, dude, I party a lot. Go hang out with some of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, they were so cool. I remember the one time I was there. I was talking to a couple of the people in the crowd. There was like a bunch of people who just got married, and they had all met there. And I was like, "You guys met here?" I was like, "You guys met here?" I was like, "What do I got to do to find somebody, man? Like, what do I got to do to get in here?"
Well,
Yeah,
I know a guy.
they were cool. They were fun.
I dated in recovery for a while. It rarely works. It's kind of like dating comedians. Like
I've never, and I don't think I ever will.
It's you can't be into the same like my house. It works because you can only have one egomaniac per house.
Yeah, I
know
wouldn't
what I
want to
mean?
have
That
to
makes
compete.
sense. My wife has nothing to do with comedy.
No.
I used to date girls in recovery and break up all the time. My Italian grandma used to be like, "The dented cans, Joey. The dented cans." It's like,
Wow, that's good. That's fucking funny. Oh my god. You want to tell people where they can find your web series, all the links, the Instagrams?
yes, youtube.com/Joe Fernandes. Go watch the episodes. They're quick, easy watches, 5 to 8 minutes. There's 7. There will be 7 of them starting tomorrow. They'll all be out. It's free, so just give it a comment and a like on YouTube because that helps the algorithm. The nerds tell me.
Yeah, it's true.
So
We'll share it from our page.
Yeah,
and stuff. You
absolutely.
can
We're
go
gonna.
check it
I
out.
think we shared it. We shared it on the Instagram page, right? Already?
Yes. Yes.
Links and everything. It's gonna be fun.
and handsome Mike Sicoli will be on tomorrow.
I'll be on it tomorrow,
Tomorrow,
baby.
what time?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. You can see Mikey Sicoli on the web series.
Very excited.
What do you play in the web? A waiter again?
I don't want to spoil it.
You play a waiter in a lot of things.
What else did I play a waiter in?
Oh.
I'd really like to hear these other ones.
I thought you played a waiter a couple times.
Never. This is the first time.
I don't really know Mike well.
I was. I don't want to spoil it, but I'm in it. I don't think it'll spoil it, right? I'm a barista.
What's your next project after this?
Season 2, baby.
Well, someone actually commented on one of my posts, when can I audition for season 2? And I said,
Oh.
it all depends on how well season 1 does. I
Yeah.
go, in 6 months, we're going to evaluate the numbers, and if it justifies a season 2, I'll write a season 2.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just going to, I have a pretty good foundation of a new act stand-up since my last album, so I think I'm going to put all my energy to that,
That's a good
you
idea.
know, over the rest of this year, and hopefully get a recording. But
That's awesome. What's your Instagram?
Joe Fernandes.
What's your Instagram?
The Kirsch.
The Kirsch. Mine's at the Mike Sicoli. You have gigs coming up?
We have a gig in June together
We do.
at TS
The Ties Club.
some barbecue,
The Ties Bar.
some barbecue place in Hazlitt.
Oh wait, that's right.
How do you pronounce that? Testos?
TST.
I don't know, it's an abbreviation.
It's
I
right
forgot
across the
about
street from
that.
Costco on
It's in a Holiday
on Route
Inn.
9.
That's right. That's right. I
Well,
did it
I'll
once.
get the
The room's
date.
kind of nice.
It is okay. That's the date of that is. Hold up. June 25th. Actually, this Saturday, it's the last show at Rhino Theater up in Suffern, New York.
Oh wow.
Because they're getting kicked out of that place. New landlord came in and screwed them over. But I'm going to be heading up there just to do time to, try and make her last show like
Fun.
thing. So if anybody's up in the Suffern, New York area, just go
Suffern.
support the Rhino Theater. A woman can really use some support because she can open up a new place.
That room's really nice
It
too.
looks cool. I never did it.
It's a
it's
great
cool.
room, and the owner is like awesome. Like she gets it.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
where we
The
filmed.
final episode, the final scene of the final episode is filmed at Rhino Theater.
Wow. Yeah, that sucks. I hope they go somewhere else.
She will.
Yeah. What do you got
Somewhere
coming up,
south.
Hershey?
I have Flagship Brewery in Staten Island on Thursday, and then Scarlet Reserve in Red Bank on Friday, the 27th. And the other main thing is Applejacks on the 4th, June 4th, Applejacks, Keensburg, New Jersey.
That's a fun show.
Tommy Gooch headlining. It's gonna be a
Hey,
good
Tommy
time.
Gooch.
It's going to be a good time. And we're raising money for Tomcats. It's a Keensburg-based foster care thing for cats, for little kitties. Maybe you take another cat, Mike.
Oh man, I already have
Pop
two.
needs another brother.
I wanted a dog. You know that? I wanted a dog so bad.
Too much work.
Yeah,
My dog's upstairs barking right now.
I know. I heard her. Little pup. Do you watch Barry by any chance?
Love Barry.
How many people have told you you look like NoHo Hank?
I thought it myself.
Really?
No one's told me, but
What's Barry?
Barry's Bill Hader's TV show on HBO.
HBO.
Oh, shit, that's
NoHo
probably
Hank
good.
is on me with alopecia. Just take away my eyebrows.
Yeah, if you shave
and
your
I'm-
eyebrows, no Hank.
Hank.
He's my favorite character on the show. I think he's
so good.
hysterical.
Did you see this week's?
No, I'm 2
Okay.
weeks behind.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta watch.
I gotta
No
watch
Ho
this
Hank.
show.
I was gonna say before when we were promoting all your stuff, I was gonna be like, he's No Ho Hank on Barry, but I didn't.
Oh,
But-
I'd love that. That's what I really want. I want to be in someone else's shit.
yeah, that would be awesome. That'd be awesome. It's coming. It's all coming.
It's all coming.
It's better to do your own shit anyway, since you
Yeah.
got somebody
I
telling you how to
enjoy
do
doing it,
something.
man. And
Yeah.
doing it with your friends. I think I want to do instead of a full series again because it's like I'd like to just do straight sketches, one-offs.
Yeah, that would
Doing
be
a
good.
series is like doing 7 short films.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You ever watch the sketch show? I think you should leave.
No.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna text it to you. Watch it when you get home. It's hysterical. You know who Tim Robinson is? He used to be on SNL.
No, it sounds familiar though.
Tim Robinson. It's a sketch show, but it's like so irreverent. But
Yeah.
it's there's one. I'll tell you about it after, and I'll send
Okay.
it to you. Where? So I'm at that place with you. TSS whatever in Hazlitt.
Yeah.
It's such a hard name.
Some Holiday Inn in Hazlitt has a barbecue place in it because that's where Mike and mine's career is at.
Yeah,
Doing all
it's a
the
barbecue place in
barbecues.
it.
Across from the T-Mobile.
Across from a T-Mobile, baby. And then I got. I should have pulled up my dates, and I didn't because I'm an idiot.
If you're looking to do
it's on
something
here.
tonight, go to Eastville and Brooklyn. The boys are putting on a show
I'll
tonight.
promote one
there.
other date if you don't mind.
Yeah.
It will be July 2021. I'll be headlining Uncle Vinny's.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna go to that. I've never been to Uncle Vinny's. Everyone's telling me to go. I think I'm gonna come.
Joe Weber's featuring for me. I don't know if you know
Nice.
Joe Weber.
I think I
A
met
good
him
friend
once.
of ours, Tim Rager, hosts a lot there.
I love Tim.
Yeah.
Tim's been
Good
with
guy.
me there a lot. He's
Yep.
so funny.
Tim Rager is funny.
Love that guy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm also at the Ties Bar in Little Falls on the 26th. Yeah, can't wait. Gonna be that place is like an old
Where's
I
that?
forget what they call it. It's in Little Falls,
Where's Little Falls? Jersey?
North Jersey. I
Bergen
think it's kind of
County.
by you, right?
Little Falls. Oh yeah, it's not far from me.
Yeah.
What's the name of the place?
The Ties Bar used to be like an old 20s dance hall or something like that. I forgot. But yeah. Oh, so we're trying this new thing on the podcast, right? Because it's called That's My Time. Something people say when they get off stage or comics.
We're
We
looking
have
for a
comics
niche.
on. We're looking for
Is that
a
the word?
niche.
Niche or niche?
Niche.
Niche?
Niche, but
Niche.
niche is nice.
Yeah. We talk about death a lot on the podcast.
We were going to name this podcast Dead Dad. Is your dad alive?
Dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a good dead dad bit that I
He
wanna
does,
put
yeah.
on my next album.
Well, we were gonna call this the Dead Dad's podcast, but instead we did That's My
and
Time.
and after we decided not to do it, someone else did it.
Really? A
Yeah,
dead
yeah.
dad podcast?
A Dead Dad
I feel like
podcast.
that's gotta like.
How long could
you
that be
ru-
good
yeah,
for?
like,
You
you're gonna
know?
run out of.
yeah, you can't talk about your dead
A
dad.
dad
for
only
so long.
dies once.
Yeah.
Well, my dad died multiple times, but you know what? are you
That's
gonna-
true.
Yeah.
He flatlined, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he did. Yeah,
I remember you told the story about that one.
he was smoking crack.
Yeah.
You know, you don't.
Yeah. You don't fuck with crack, baby. So the new thing we're trying is we're like
Dead
That's My
Moms
Time.
Podcast.
Yeah.
So
They haven't died yet, but we're gonna talk about when they do and how it's gonna be.
they're on their way.
we predict who's going next.
Yeah.
By the way, I predicted that Regis Philbin was going to die
Well, he was
the
97.
day before
think.
he went, though, because he was nowhere to be found. I was like, I used to see Regis every morning when I woke up for school, and then I would be like, I looked him up the day before he died, and I'm like, Regis, oh, he's like 97, he's fine. Next day, fucking dead, and I could not believe that I Googled him the day before.
And Mike changed his Wikipedia real quick. He was like, I got it.
Yeah. Regis is going
You're
down.
you're the curse.
I cursed Regis. I don't even want to tell you who I just looked up because
Who'd you look up?
no, I won't because it would be fucked up if I say and he dies. So we're thinking of doing is like, do you have a funny story about anything that came to an abrupt end where it was like, that's it, that's the time,
Like a relationship or
relationship,
something like that.
death, a job maybe you got fired from, and you're like, well, that's it for that. That's my time there.
Yeah, I mean, of course, yeah. But I have one actually. I was telling someone recently, and it's recovery based.
Oh, nice. All right.
So I forget which bagel place it was. I worked at 2 bagel places in recovery:
Mhm.
at the Manhattan Bagel and the Better Bagel.
Was it Better Bagel after Manhattan Bagel?
I forget.
You're like, I got a better job.
Midnight.
better
Yeah.
bagel.
I was
Yeah.
the Better Bagel baker.
BBs.
No, so my-
BBs.
Actually, no, it must have been Manhattan Bagel because I wasn't baking bagels there. So I was
Wow.
just at the.
So you were
Register.
the baker. You baked the shit. Wow.
You rolled the bagels, hand rolled.
Well, they come like frozen. Then you throw them in this tub of water, and like turn them around. Then you put them on these 2x4s. Put them in this oven that kind of
You
rotates.
slide them in like
Yeah,
that.
Wow.
but you gotta get up early.
Yeah, fuck that.
To make the bagels, you got to get up early.
But I had crazy insomnia back then, so
I'm
it kind
sure.
of worked out nice.
Therapeutic
Yeah.
doing that too. Bet.
Cooking
Yeah.
bread, can't sleep. But yeah, I was like, it was either 30 or 60 days clean. It was early.
Mhm.
Working at Manhattan Bagel Register, and there's a reason why they call it, anonymous. You're supposed to kind of remain anonymous,
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I had these key tags I got, so like 30 days clean and serene. So I'm sitting there, and the boss is like, "What is that? 30 days?" I go, "Dude," and because I'm proud of this.
Yeah.
30 days to an addict is
a lot.
100 years.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, I haven't smoked crack in 30 years. Right? Which is not a big deal to most people, especially if you're operating the register.
Yeah.
So then I went out for a cigarette, and like I felt it in my gut by his face, like, ooh, like when he looked at me, I was like. So I went out, smoke break, came back. He's like, "Where were you?" I'm like, I was on my lunch break. He's like, "Yeah, this place was so busy you couldn't be," and he just fired me right there.
Oh, wow.
He's like, "Just get your stuff and get out." I'm like, I figured this was gonna happen.
Wow, that's fucked
But
up.
that was pretty abrupt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
For
yeah,
That was
I
a
was
good
very
one.
proud of, but
That is a
that's-
good.
That was the night my sponsor told me about anonymity,
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
perfect first story for that.
and I haven't worn a key tag since.
Now these days they'd give you a fucking raise. They'd be like, "Good for you."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, different time.
Oh, way different.
Mm,
Time.
yeah.
You
They'd be
believe
like,
it got 30
do you wanna run this place?
Yeah. Wait, you haven't smoked crack in 5 days? Someone want to be a general manager. Someone wants to be the banker.
Come in the next day, your picture's on the wall.
Yeah.
The thing with crack is you never really have it on you because you do it right away, right? When you get crack, it's
Yeah,
like
you don't
right.
hold
Yeah, there's
crack.
no
Yeah.
holding crack.
Yeah, you don't. There's never any safe for tomorrow.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah. One time, my father handed me a $5 bill, and I opened up the $5 bill, and there was a baggie inside that $5 bill, and he went crazy looking for it. And my mother had my father and me in the same room. My mother goes, "You handed your son crack?" And my dad goes, "That wasn't crack. I do crack right away. That was coke." I'm like, all right.
What do they say about crack and all the drugs? The best part of it is going to get it.
Yeah. All right.
It's thrilling. I remember the first time I never bought crack or anything like that, not even coke. But I remember the first time I bought weed. I was fucking terrified, dude. And I bought it from this guy named Chicken Man. And I swear to God, that was his name. I was 16 and I drove with my friends. And
Chicken man.
Chicken Man. And he comes out of this like big house, right? I don't know if he lived there or he just drove there and was like walking around. But we were like $10 short. And he goes,
Chicken Man ain't having that.
y'all could owe me. And I went, oh, now we owe a fucking drug dealer. It was like the first time I was ever buying weed. I was like, this is not going well. But yeah, Chicken Man sold me drugs for the first time.
Chicken man.
How did you get that name?
I have
Maybe he was
no
stashing
fucking
drugs
idea.
in a chicken coop.
He didn't hang around. It's not typical chit chat you ask the drug dealer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Where'd you get your name?
before I go off with my drugs, can I ask you a question? I have a podcast, and I want to know why they call you the Chicken Man.
Put a mic in his face. All right, you want to wrap it up? What do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh, no abrupt stories from you guys. Just me.
Oh, an abrupt end? Want to do an abrupt end? Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do it.
wrap
I
it.
thought it was a three-way thing.
Abrupt end.
We could do that.
This
What's
is too good.
Yeah, we
How
could,
we gonna-
we could give another one. You
go.
have an abrupt end?
I could think of one. Yeah,
Okay, go
easily,
ahead.
Yeah, but you're gonna go first.
I didn't even think of one yet. All right, I'll come up with one on the spot. An abrupt
All right,
end.
I'll do mine. I used to have this
The
podcast.
podcast.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's called "That's My Time."
Yeah.
And,
And
I
then
didn't
what
see that
happened?
coming.
an abrupt end to. I worked at a bagel store.
Mhm.
B&M Bagels, and my dad found out that I was working at the bagel store, and my dad goes, "But you gotta get me cigarettes." I'm like, "Well, they're like $5 a pack." He's like, "No, you're gonna steal them." I'm like, "How do I steal them?" He goes, "Where's the garbage?" I'm like, "It's under the register." He goes, "All right, when you're loading the cigarettes, load a couple packs and then bang the rest into the garbage." And then I'm like, "Yeah, but then they're going to be in the garbage." He goes, "That's the thing. At the end of the night, you go back and you get that bag and you get me those cigarettes." I'm like, "All right, Dad." And I did that for him for like months. The owners of the bagel store were keeping tabs on me. They knew I was doing it the whole time. They had cameras on me and everything. So after like a month, they brought me downstairs. 2 brothers owned the bagel store. And they sat me down in this dark fucking dungeon of a basement of a bagel store with rats and shit. And they're like, "You stealing cigarettes?" I'm like, "I don't smoke." Almost like the fucking Beetlejuice thing.
Mhm.
"I don't smoke." And they're like, we were watching you. You want to watch yourself steal the cigarettes? You weren't too smooth, and they caught me. You could see me like banging the cigarettes in, and what'd you do? You went out and got them out of the garbage. I'm like, yeah, and they fired me.
Oh man. All right. Well, if it's about being fired,
Yeah,
I could.
it's got to be bagel store related.
Based off that bagel store, I think you and your dad and me would have been great friends, like in the 90s.
Oh, my dad was fucking cool as shit, man.
I don't
was
have a
fucking cool.
I don't have a bagel story, but I
Oh
do
my
have a
God.
job story.
This guy
Sorry. I was working at
calls himself talented.
I was working at an American Eagle, and I did not want to be working there. It was just the only place that would hire me. It was like so hard for me to find a job at the time. I just moved to a new place. I couldn't find anything. So I'm folding this shirt, and like this big fucking like, you know how everybody works there is like good looking and looks like they're a model. This fucking jacked dude comes over with like gelled up hair and his little fucking earpiece in. And he's like, hey, I'm watching you fold these, and I don't think you're doing it right. And he was such a dickhead to me, right? So I was like, okay, show me how to fold. I know how to fucking fold. I used to fold my dad's laundry, yeah. So I'm like, I fold the jeans, right? And he's like, that's not how you do it. And I was doing it the same way every time. I'm like, this guy fucking has it out for me, right? So he's being a dick to me the whole time, and then I have to pee. So I'm like, can you, I have to go to the bathroom, just letting you know. And he's like, okay, get on the radio and tell everyone that you have to go to the bathroom. And I was like, why? He's like, so that they know like you're not on the floor, so they can come take your post or whatever. So I was like, all right. And I go on and I'm like, hey, I'm just going to go to the back. I'll be right back. And he's like, no, tell them you have to go to the bathroom. And I was like, why is it important that I'm going to the bathroom? And he was like, because they need to know where you are. And I was like, dude, are you kidding? I was like, okay. So I pretended to go to the bathroom, and I fucking left. And that was my time at American Eagle.
Fuck American
Fucking
Eagle,
guy.
dude.
Fuck that guy.
Preppy fucks.
That fucking preppy motherfucker thought he could come at me?
Joe's got an American Eagle shirt on.
I do.
No.
No, I saw the collar, and I was like, do you?
I just like how he's like, I can fucking fold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew how to fold.
This guy don't
This
know
guy
me.
he didn't know shit.
Dude,
I walked
folding's
right
the top
out.
of my resume.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I've never gotten folding down. You know, I'm pretty good at
Oh,
it.
at the
but-
store, I can never redo the fold.
No, I can never.
I
redo
put in
the
a
fold.
ball and throw it.
I'm gonna
Oh,
I'm
you're
gonna,
you. That's what you do.
I find a
I-
cubby and I just toss it.
I'm gonna show
attempt.
you how good I fold. I'm gonna fold one of these shirts,
All right, Mike's gonna fold the shirt.
and I'm gonna fold it better than this.
All right, let's see.
Right? So this is the
Okay.
trick. You got to grab the shoulder.
What kind of shirt is that, Mike? What does that
It's
say?
a Fifth Borough Comedy Festival shirt.
Oh,
hey, where do they comics?
Okay, get
Submit.
fold.
All right, so fold.
Get fold.
You fold
Oh,
the sleeves in,
that's what I do.
and then you go like that. And then if you want to give it one more fold, if it's a fat person shirt, which
Oh, that one is.
it is.
That's a good fold.
That's a good fold, baby. Look at
It's a
that.
good fold, Mike.
You can put that in a t-shirt gun can and fire it off. If you
Oh
wanted
shit!
to, if you
It's
have
ready
one of those.
for a thing.
Look at that, like a nice little loaf.
All right, I have a whole dryer full inside. If you want to just
Nah, you can
practice
fold your
more
own. You definitely have shit stains, dude.
on my shirts.
Not on your shirts, but they're in there. I
I'm
bet.
not shocked that Mike's a good T-shirt folder.
I could fold.
You look like you
Oh.
were birthed in an American Eagle.
Yeah. A lot of gays are good at folding.
I'll come in.
My mother was a mannequin.
That's funny. All right, are you ready to wrap it up?
Yo,
All right, cool. You can find us all on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at That's My Time Podcast on Instagram.
yes,
Like us on Facebook. And that was
and all that
episode
stuff,
42.
something like that. Yeah.
All right, thanks for coming, Joe.
Thank
you got the song
Joe,
ready?
Joe Fernandes.
Thanks, guys.
You got the song ready?
He's a
Come on,
goddamn
let's
legend.
pull our
I
breathalyzer
don't
out
have
so
no-
our
I
car
don't have
can
no
keep
song
moving.
ready.
Oh, you're
You
you're
got
on
the
the
song ready.
I got the song ready.
My daughter made the song, Joe.
We're gonna
How old is she?
record a new one.
She's 10. She plays the piano.
Nice.
She was 8 when she did this. All right, that's it. That was
That's it.
episode 42.
1, 2, 3, go!
You could hit the little thing there, Mike. That's our time.